By the way, we're spilling all of our secrets, so hopefully this doesn't bury us.
Any jokes you wanted to include in the show but weren't allowed to put in? Like maybe they're a little too risque.
Oftentimes there's jokes that don't translate well. There's jokes that would be great in English, but then like if you were to translate into another language, no one would get it.
Right.
And so there are some jokes on the cutting room floor there. Yeah, you know what? There was the preeminent one where...
I don't know if we can say that.
Can't say that.
Did you guys choose Lloyd as the Green Ninja, or was that Lego or Tommy, and why Lloyd?
That was our idea, was to bring in a new ninja.
Right.
And we're like, well, what if there was a chosen one? And what if they don't know who it is? And so it creates this wonderful conflict between the ninja of who's going to be it. They all are rivaling for it. And we thought, what if it was the most unexpected person? And it was Lloyd. You know? And...
did you know that right away when you created that, when you were thinking about that, or did you just create this idea and then it
when we started to suggest the concept of the Green Ninja? Yeah, I think we already decided it was going to be Lloyd. How do we slowly, set that up and pay it off in a great way?
Good choice. It threw me too. I thought it was going to be Nia.
We did. No, we gave you that moment where
you think it's
and we love that line where she says, I don't want to be a part of the boys club, or she rejects. She was pretty much offered it. Wu was like, you can be the Green Ninja, and she's like, you know what, I don't need to be a part of the boys club.
Yeah.
I love that about her.
How did Zane get his elemental powers, as he is not a descendant of an elemental master?
We've actually have just figured out that scene, and there was a fan that asked that question
at the San Diego Comic-Con this year.
And at
it's a great question.
We didn't know how to answer that. And then he had reached out to us, and he had this beautiful explanation. And we're actually going to use that in the show.
We asked his permission. We're like, we love your origin.
And his mother's permission.
And so we are totally...
They're two brothers. I should say they're two brothers. They're probably watching this right now.
And we're totally going to incorporate that into the show.
So it's like you took some fan input.
Yeah, it was a fan idea. That was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
We've done that.
People, they've asked that in a lot of the questions. They're like, have you listened or read fan stuff or hear what they have to say? It's nice to know.
Usually we don't. I mean,
I know, but you were open to it.
A good idea is a good idea.
Good idea is a good idea.
Not saying that everyone else's idea is not a good idea, but
yeah, when you hear a good idea, you want to use that, and this was perfect for the genesis of Zane.
Have you seen all the Ninjago episodes?
I haven't seen them all because I can't find them anywhere. Like, I have my recorder, and I want to see them in a row, and Netflix only has them first couple seasons. Cartoon Network, I can't record them in a row. I can't, and so I'm waiting for the next season to be on Netflix, and everyone's always asking, when is Ninjago more seasons?
He's worse than me. I don't think he's seen like the last 2 seasons. I've seen Day of the Departed, and I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes of the Nauticon season, which is one of my favorite seasons, but we're busy. And also we know it because we wrote it, so.
What is your new show called? I mean, Trollhunters.
Yes, thank you very much for asking. It's called Trollhunters, and it's on December 23rd on Netflix, all around the world.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a Netflix release, so it's like, boom, there, one day.
It's an amazing
26 episodes. We can't tell you if there's more, but there might be. But 26 episodes.
And if you're a fan of Ninjago, I think you'll love Trollhunters because, again, Trollhunters is a serialized, ongoing saga. It's going to be funny. It's funny. It's adventurous. You're going to have a tear in your eye at times. It's emotional. It's got everything. So we're really proud of it.
And we've had a wonderful cast.
And is that why you took a break from Ninjago?
Yeah, there finally came a point where we've been writing Ninjago. I don't know how many episodes it was.
64 episodes.
64 episodes we had written. And so many different seasons. And we're kind of like running out of ideas. There kind of came a point where
we felt like, how many more ninja action scenes can we write?
Which ninja are you most like?
Who would you say? How about I pick yours and you pick mine?
Okay,
let's do that. You're brothers. You're brothers in real life.
No, wait. You're picking who you think I am. You're Cole. You're a little more of the grounded. No, guys. The naysayer. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Gav. Now that you've started on that thing,
I've
started a fight.
You are the poop ninja.
What?
No, I would say you probably Kai, because you're a little bit...
Well, I'm cocky.
No. You think you can do...
No wrong. I'm optimistic.
Optimistic.
I've started something.
I'm a little more the optimistic one. He's a little less optimistic.
I'm the one who says no a lot.
Yeah. I say yes.
So which ninja says
You're the realist, you're the dreamer.
Yeah.
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 Got it.
Yeah.
Did you come up with Ronin first before the game Shadow of Ronin came out? Or was it the other way around?
No, Lego had come to us and said we're talking about doing a game in between a thing, and so they said
seasons.
And we helped talk about, I think they had this idea, I'm not sure who came up with the name Ronin. I think it was Nelson who came up with the name Ronin. And we said we would love to use a guy who could be both a good guy and a bad guy. And I think that's why when you first meet him, we had no idea what the game was or what the character would sound like or anything like that. And so we had written that scene in the Possession season where they go, oh, Ronin's doing this, whatever it is. So there's not much connection, I think, from the video game to him.
No, but what I love is when, in the TV show, when they first meet Ronin, there's a suggestion that they have a past. Mm-hmm. And what we loved is, in between seasons of Ninjago, in our minds, there's other adventures that have never been on screen before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because one season ends, they're not just sitting around until the next season starts.
Right.
That sort of like Indiana Jones, there are other adventures that we have not seen them
You probably
on.
died multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have, yeah.
And I've been titanium, I've been regular, I've been
Yeah.
silver, I've been
Yeah,
gold,
copper.
I've been
You've
copper.
been pink, the pink ninja.
I was the pink ninja,
Yeah.
actually. That's one of my favorites,
I
man.
love that joke, yeah. I love
That was one of my favorite. We were laughing in the studio on that.
I love that.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
That was
Yeah.
good. And I'm going to say this exactly the way they wrote it. If y'all could steal any element from any of the characters in Ninjago, what element would y'all pick?
What element?
Skylar had a pretty powerful one. She could pretty much absorb and steal everyone's power.
Well, yeah, of course, yes.
Are we talking about the elemental?
I like Nia. I like the water.
You like the
Power
water?
of water is pretty awesome.
Water? Dan?
Are we talking about elemental warriors in
Yeah,
here?
you get to choose an element of power for
Oh.
yourself.
Gosh.
And what is Lloyd's power, really? Like,
I know.
it's really confusing.
Yeah.
Because people say, what's his Lloyd's? And I'm like, I don't really know what his power
I know.
is.
How do you label it?
What do you label it as?
It's sort of it's energy, but it's all of the elements together in a way. You know, it's the master element. You know, it's sort of it's the force. It's
the force.
the bigger.
I like that. That's an easy way.
I don't think we can say it's the Force.
Okay,
No.
it's not the force.
Well, I'm
It's
just
not
saying.
the
You know, it's a higher power, I guess.
It's a higher power. So, what are you? We got.
Oh, I want Skylar's power. I think Skylar's power could.
Was it that invisibility? Was
No,
that?
she could steal power.
She could steal
That's
power.
right, that's
She
right,
could
that's
absorb
right.
anyone's
Boy,
power.
but then again, if I'm the only one and no
You're
one
gonna
else
have
has power,
nothing.
I'll be like, I got
That's
nothing.
it. That
Yeah,
was
wait,
your
you
pick.
got
That was your pick. That was your pick.
That was
you got
your
nothing.
pick.
You
Pick
end
is
up
over.
with nothing.
All right, what happened to the Ultra Green Dragon?
The Ultra Dragon, not the Ultra Green Dragon.
I don't know, that's
Ultra
what they
Dragon.
wrote.
Ultra Dragon.
You have to fix
With
it.
a
Ultra
four-headed dragon. Yes.
There is a. We can't say.
When did you plan that Cole would be a ghost?
Mm-hmm. We were in a toy testing area, and we were probably 2 episodes behind, or maybe an episode. Maybe we were writing that episode, and we were looking at all the ghost figures for the first time, and we thought, well, since the season's about ghosts, wouldn't it be interesting if one of them turned into a ghost?
So you're looking at Soul Archer and
Yeah.
the Wispy Girl and Morro.
Morro, we were looking
Yeah.
at those, and we thought, and then we said, and
We thought that was
we had the same feeling as when we turned Zane into a Nindroid. We're like, ooh, this is challenging. Can we do this? And we did it. And whether it works or not, I mean, I think we all have our own opinions on that. But I'm not going to apologize for taking a risk.
Did you know at the time that he would go back to human form when you wrote that? And you didn't write him back to human form, right?
To be honest,
we didn't know.
No,
But-
we actually
So
had a hunch of something we wanted to do, but ended up not doing, and it was to change the lineup, the look of the lineup of the ninja, where they all had their elemental powers, but possibly, what if they all kind of like Fantastic Four, where they all have a physical attribute. And
like
so,
Zane becoming a ninjoid really gave him a distinctive. It made him pop in the group, right?
Right.
And we're like,
if
well, what
Cole
if?
become a ghost? Jay, at one point, we were talking about like a master of disguise. Kai was going to become like this like rock, fire, lava monster, like a guy who, when he gets angry, a little bit like Hulk, like it's clobbering time. But I think it's best that we didn't do that. And I think with Cole becoming a ghost, I like that he was a ghost. I didn't like the challenges that it presented. That if they were trapped somewhere, you're like, well, a ghost could just fly out of that trap.
Yeah, it suddenly made him very powerful in every situation, and it was really hard to write.
A little bit like Tornado of Creation. It's a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
This question, we kind of talked about this. How far in advance do you map out the seasons? But you have like a meeting, I'm assuming with Lego at the start before you write all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're basically on a time crunch.
Yeah, we primarily, they come to us with a brief of sort of their models and maybe a general direction of where they're thinking of going, and we start brainstorming ideas off of those, and we'll spend a week with Lego sharing our ideas of what we would love to do.
So you fly to Denmark?
Yeah, we fly there and we'll sit there with the toy designers, and we'll have a good back and forth where we'll be like, oh, wouldn't this be cool? They have like this really cool 3D printer where this was like 7 years ago on the Serpentine, and we were talking about a two-headed snake, and they were like, hold that thought. And then they ran out of the room, and like 2 hours later, they're like, zoop, here
what
it is.
do you think?
No,
like,
no,
yeah.
no. They went and created a minifigure
with a 3D printer.
I mean, it wasn't painted, but it was like a.
Yeah, it was like visualized. It was awesome.
My gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, okay, that is cool. So anyways, you map it out right there.
We spend a week with them, mapping everything out, and we kind of map out almost like here's the whole season.
No, it's not a week. I mean, we spend time mapping it out for ourselves.
Yeah,
then we go with Lego, and then we kind of discuss it, and then we find opportunities or challenges of like, well, this doesn't work, or this works, or this would be a good idea for the toy, and we kind of find a synergy of how do we make the best toys, and how do we make the best story that we can. And
then we go off, continue to develop it out, and then, but we do know when we start writing episode 1, we know how it's going to end that season.
So, are we allowed to talk about the Lego Ninjago movie at all?
No!
No,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We are bound in secrecy. We are not allowed to say a single thing.
So, any questions about the movie or...
We're sorry.
Yeah,
it's too early. Save those questions for later.
I know spoilers. Like, I get asked spoilers all the time. I keep telling them I can't say anything. I don't know if you guys... Some of these questions are potential spoilers, but is Pixel ever going to get a new body again? Like, her body back? That's a spoiler. I don't know if...
You know what? We can't answer the question, but if you continue watching the show, it might get answered.
Oh. These people, if they're watching this, I'm telling you right now, they're watching.
Keep watching.
They're going to keep watching. What was the inspiration behind Morro's character?
To make an equal of the ninjas. To go. Oh, we love the idea of Sensei Wu's first pupil, and
what a bombshell to find out. Like
they weren't
for the ninja to go. Wait, there was someone else before us.
Yeah.
And this is something that that Wu regrets that he wasn't the best teacher then.
And why wasn't one of the ninja the element of wind? Right? Like, you've got, like, earth, fire.
Lightning.
Right.
Lightning. And, like...
Don't get stumbled up.
But, like, wind. Like...
Yeah, man.
Like, where's wind? It was like, oh, what if there was a wind?
That's cool. Morro was a cool character.
Yeah.
I like him. This is another potential spoiler. I don't know if we can talk... Will Garmadon ever come back?
We can't tell you that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
But keep watching.
Oh, but keep watching. Why are
I say no, you say yes.
Which brother are you going to believe?
Why are there only 4 elemental weapons if there are other elements other than the 4 main ninja?
That's great. Because Lego made 4 elemental weapons. So
no, but at that time, when we had done the pilot, we didn't know a 5th ninja would be getting involved.
Right.
And so,
Oh, I see, yeah.
The pilots, there was 4 ninjas, so they're...
Yeah. And we could have explored it more, but we feel like...
The story's progressed.
We take from the books of, like, Indiana Jones or, like, James Bond movies. You want each season to feel like there's a new artifact, a new just treasure that they're after.
But we agree it feels a little cheap when they're like, there are 5 Technoblades, and there are 5 ninja.
Yeah.
And
Quite a coincidence.
Sorry, Nia.
Yeah.
What is the craziest idea you've had for the show and it didn't make it to the final cut?
You know,
something so wacky, or is it the windmill?
What's
I
so-
mean, not the
what's
No,
so
no,
great?
Yeah, but
the Fantastic Four of the ninja turning.
That was the craziest idea. We were just looking at the evolution of the ninja, you know, how do we bring them out even more? And we started thinking of giving them these weird sort of powers, and they're going to look really weird and different. And
Right.
thankfully, we didn't do that.